This is a dedication to every student out there who's anxious and lost. Yes, we know what you're going through, totally. Being a student has always been fun, but right now it's more of a risk. Why? Thanks to COVID 19. We never wanted to stop learning or writing our examinations. On the contrary, we've been writing them ever since we figured out how to use a pencil or probably even a crayon. Writing a few more for settling into our careers would hardly make a difference. We genuinely wonder which astrologer told the UGC or the other concerned authorities that the COVID 19 situation would reach betterment by September 2020, considering that's the deadline for conducting the final year examinations. We are awestruck to see how the authorities assume that a pair of gloves, masks, sanitizers, face shields, etc. are going to do the magic of keeping us safe. We are also amazed to see them assume that everybody has a stable internet connection, uninterrupted power supply, a quiet room, a desktop or laptop, or books for an open book examination or online examination. There are so many universities out there offering us a carry forward option or opt out option. Are you serious? We assume this is the way of conveying to us either take the risk or bear the burden. Now, what's the risk or the burden? The risk, in fact, is taking the exams now and welcoming COVID 19 into our systems. Whereas the burden is writing all the papers together along with the next semesters or giving up on any chances of obtaining a decent job in case of final years. Another interesting phenomenon is how universities are insisting on conducting physical classes before these examinations. Seriously, do you even care about us? Yes, indeed we do understand that there is no return to the old normal and we have to get used to the present. But at the same time, we don't want to be the first set of lab rats waiting to go through this social experiment. Time has changed, we do understand. We know the repercussions and the challenges faced by the authorities in this time of distress. But is it truly the best you could come up with? It is interesting to see how colleges are giving vague responses regarding examinations or promotions, but very spontaneous and to the point responses regarding the fees. To every university and college out there, can't you just take the average of all our projects and internals or assess us with more assignments and projects? Many universities and colleges over the country have cancelled examination and promoted students. But that's not the condition for most of us here. Our condition is more of a dagger hanging above our heads. Conducting offline examinations is a perfect recipe for disaster. Many offline exams were conducted and there have been positive cases reported among these students. Despite all this, I would wonder how desperate the authorities are for pushing us into a mass slaughterhouse called the examination hall. So let's take a worst case scenario. What if many of us are tested positive? What are the authorities going to do? Even though people are ready to pay for the COVID 19 treatment, the government is running out of beds and other necessary facilities. Can the authorities assure us at least 20% that if anything goes wrong, we will be given the necessary medical treatment immediately? Such prevailing and difficult situations require carefully assessed choices that bring out a better future for all students around the country. Request all of you to understand that exams aren't the end of the world. Stop pushing us over the edge. The pandemic is ensuring that we have enough trauma. There are other alternatives other than exams for promoting us. We urge you to please consider the same. And please note, this is no excuse to avoid examination. This is our plight to stay alive and face another day like any other person would want to.